Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and now that my two obligatory informative videos are done for the day, it's time to talk about current events in the online fitness community. And I just saw something and I've realized, I'm going to have to murk Jerry. Jason, what do you mean murk? You saying you're the internet mercenary? I am the internet mercenary, and they call me that because from the first to the last, I give them the blast so fast that their life has passed before their ass has even hit the grass. And we're joined today by Jerry's Cocoa Puff. Let me go ahead and... Hey guys, I know I haven't shaved or anything lately, and I'm looking fat and puffy, but I'm gonna get on the camera anyways, stare around all crazy and talk to you guys about the difference between spirituality and religion. And marriage is really important, and I like to marry people. That's why I became a minister. Get the hell off me. Nova, stop. Don't chase that. Okay, good boy. Sorry about that, guys. All right, guys, let me go ahead and put on my +5 hat of weaponsmithing, work on skilling at my crafting a little bit, and let's talk about this. Nova, stop it. Go sit. Leave the puff alone. Sorry, he's attacking the Cocoa Puff. All right. So, what do we have happen here? We've got Jerry. We've got AKA Junkie Wart. He went from recently talking about making all this progress again to hurting himself in the gym. Again, he's injured himself again. Injured himself with an assist machine, right? An assist machine. Pull-up assist machine. You know what? Strap-on Destiny's going to go that same direction, isn't he? Yeah. Now that Strap-on's back to doing all these little short-range of motion partials, watch and see what happens to his chest later on when he's benching heavy. All right, he's going to tear a pec just like Junkie. He's going to tear both his teddies, pop both them teddies like Junkie Wart. Although he'll do it obviously with a much heavier weight than Junkie, because he has to move the weight a much shorter distance by relative strength, right? It takes less strength and less energy to move a weight 6 inches than it does 12. Basic physics. But back to the point of Jerry. Jerry is kind of slid off the deep end again lately. And here's what I mean by that. When you look at him already right there, he's making a video about spirituality and enlightenment. Didn't we see this with Elliot Hulse? But Elliot Hulse is already pretty much close to being a millionaire off his YouTube by the time he had this descent into madness. And I like Elliot. Elliot was the original OG strength channel, and then he started talking about all this spirituality stuff, and some of it was actually decent, but he got a little kooky there. He did get a little kooky, even though some of it was actually decent advice. To be fair, I'll give Elliot credit for that. I actually enjoyed a couple of the things that he talked about, especially regarding like masculine versus feminine energy and stuff. I thought some of that was actually good, but he did get a little bit kooky. Now we see Jerry doing that. I can tell you guys right now, as a fellow bald man, right, we don't get on the camera without having freshly shaved our head and everything, right? You're gonna shave your head. If you're a bald man and you've got that thinning hair, right? And you've got 2/3 of your hair left or 3/4 of it, guys like us, like guys like me and Jerry, you're gonna tidy it up. You're not gonna get on camera with all your stubble sticking out like he did. All right, that's already a sign that he is not taking care of himself. You're not gonna get on camera. You're gonna have maybe even wax your head first. Put that back on. Right. As a bald man, it's important. We care about this shit. But I'm hashtag not bald. So, Jerry is up here with his head not shaved, beard all bushy, not tidied up. Was he wearing like a sweatshirt? His face looking puffy and tired and swollen. Looks like he slid off of his diet. Right? Face looking, he's fatter than me right now. Look at my jawline versus look at Jerry, and he's trying to grow the beard out to hide it. He's getting fat and puffy again. He probably upped the dose. He's probably eating garbage, eating too many D-bowls. Now he's talking about spirituality, talking about marriage, the importance of marriage. Here's what I'm going to say on that. As myself, as someone who's gone through my own religious transformation myself, and this happens, guys. This happens sometimes even in middle age. I found Christ. And that's my choice. I'm not telling you that you have to do that. I'm not telling anybody else what you have to do. I believe that things like religion are free choices to make. I'm not going to push what I believe onto you. It's not my place to do that, other than if you come and ask me, I'll tell you. Uh, but I mean, I'm not also not afraid to say the name of Jesus in front of my audience either. So, we go through these experiences, but Jerry is making this whole situation where he went and joined the Freemasons. All right, that's already, again, there's already a lot of discussion of that on here on YouTube. You come on YouTube and you type that in, you guys can find plenty of stuff about that. It's not going to be real popular. And I'm going to say personally, I don't necessarily think that philosophy is completely compatible with Christianity. We could argue about that. We can argue about that all day long. I have my reservations. It's not something I'm personally interested in doing. But that's a very controversial thing already. And a lot of people would argue, depending upon your religious views, they would argue about that. Point of contention. So you've got that. And then he becomes an ordained minister. Now, what is his reason for becoming an ordained minister? Not because he necessarily believes in religion. He did it purely. He got the idea because he saw that, this guy's an ordained minister, and he got people married. Right? He helped people marry, and marriage is really important. And, I agree with that, and he is right. Divorce rates are up for a lot of reasons. Number one, picking an incompatible person, right? Do you feel in love? That's not a basis for marriage, right? Marriage is about compatibility, commitment. Picking the wrong people. Number two, both people not understanding, what commitment is or making these things work. And hey, I'm not a guru sitting up on top of a mountain talking to you as if I'm all knowing and wise on that either. I've been divorced twice. I've been married twice, by the way, for those who weren't aware of that. I have 2 ex-wives. So, I have my own failures in regard to that. And I think it was partially picking the wrong people. A lot of other factors there, though. So, I understand what he's saying there. But I still do believe in things like marriage. I believe in marriage. So, he's discussing all of that, but that is the reason that he became an ordained minister. He became an ordained minister just to help people get married because it's a gift that you wanted to give to everybody. You wanted to give to your followers. But that's kind of something that's kooky also, because just getting people married because you want to give your followers this gift and you want to give it freely. And guys, it actually doesn't cost money for people to get married. If you're not talking about getting married in your church, Jerry, they can just go down to the Justice of the Peace and it's pretty much free. Right? You can go get married at the courthouse. You get married at the courthouse. You don't have to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for someone to marry you if you're not concerned with the religious aspect of it. And if you're only becoming an ordained minister so that you can marry people, you're no different than the guy who does it at the courthouse, right? You're just doing it for the legal process. And that's the other thing, if your people are talking about getting married, they want marriage to work. They need to have some basis and some common morals and some sort of foundation for that. And that's where things like religions really are useful. And if you don't have a religion, then, you need to have some core philosophies in place and understanding your view of marriage and relationships and things if you're going to make those things work. And I'm speaking from past experience and past failures of watching how my stuff fell apart. But you're not providing any of that, so you're not setting them up for success. And that's concerning to me. I'm watching someone who I have been enemies with, and I feel like he has wronged me, and I'm probably not necessarily going to forgive him. But I'm also watching this guy descend into madness. I'm watching him descend into madness. And it's one thing to put on an act of madness. I do a good job of that. I have fun with that. I enjoy trolling you people. I really do. And people don't understand that. I troll the shit out of you guys with my crazy stuff. But it's different to have a descent into madness with a few videos to have fun with people. And people to not really, I don't know, man, should I go mess with this guy or not? Because they think you might be half crazy. Versus actually getting up on camera and talking and joining the Freemasons and then just letting yourself completely go on camera like that. All right, that's not a sign of good mental health. And you guys got to keep in mind, this is someone with his own history of extreme depression, extreme anxiety, drug abuse, substance abuse, who has himself admitted to his own childhood abuse. And again, I've been through that. I understand. I'm a childhood abuse survivor myself. Is getting on camera with his face puffy, clearly letting his diet go, beard all ungroomed, not shaving his head as a bald man, All right, now that's a big deal. Um, you know, I'm actually concerned. I'm actually concerned for Jerry's mental health at this point. Absolutely concerned. I would say maybe someone should reach out to his wife and be like, hey, you know, is Jerry doing okay? What's going on here? What's going on here? Because he doesn't look healthy. He doesn't look physically healthy. He doesn't look mentally healthy. I'm legitimately concerned. And I guess what I would say to his followers, look, man, if you guys are realizing, hey, this isn't working, this is a problem, and you need someone to help you learn how to train and get cock diesel and strong, who can still squat well over 400 pounds, can deadlift over 500 pounds in their 40s without being all beat up and banged up, why don't you guys come over here, right? I'll show you the way. I'll teach you the way of the orc. We'll be deadlifting and eating pig ribs. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.